Well, that was a nice edit. Now, personally, I'm biased towards Sonic, and he does slam, but, I want to see what the people in the comments have to say. I'm sure it's a civil discussion with nothing that is inherently incorrect at all. Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
The lighting paints are red door. I'm always waiting for.
So, I've seen the sentiment around the internet for a while now that Sonic copied Dragon Ball. Now, of course that is right in some places, but I feel like a lot of people overextend how right that is. They'll say things that just are blatantly incorrect because they have no understanding of the Sonic series and only like Dragon Ball, and say it as, this thing isn't good because it copied us. That's just wrong. So, I will be getting into those inconsistencies with these people's arguments on how they're similar, with a few exceptions. Let's get into it! Okay, so I hate when YouTubers do this and they cut off their intro and that would segue into the video to say something. I'm just saying, this is my first video. I'll make a video on me and all the stuff I like later. I just wanted to get this out first. Okay? Okay. Back into the video. So we're gonna get the main argument out of the way first. Supersonic is an inspiration from Super Saiyan. Now, it is not a copy. C-O-P-Y. It is not a copy. A copy is something that is word for word, or almost exclusively the same as something else. Supersonic is inspired by Super Saiyan, not the same thing as copied. This just annoys me all the time that they say Supersonic was copied from Super Saiyan. It was inspired. That does not mean it was copied. And you know what they say? Inspiration is the highest form of flattery. Or wait, is it mimicry is the highest form of flattery? Oh, it's mimicry is the highest form of flattery. Excuse my bad idioms. So, Supersonic takes inspiration from Super Saiyan. But what's the difference between inspiration and copy? Well, inspiration has differences. Inspiration is thinking of a bird and then making a plane, not making a paper bird that then flies off. That would be copying. It's not inspiration to build something else. Likewise, Super Saiyan inspired the creators of Sonic 2 to make Supersonic, which then was changed to be activated through the Chaos Emeralds, not through just like wanting it to happen. I know there's more to that. I'm just saying that for the ease of argument that the Super Saiyan transformation has. Like, Vegeta literally cried to get Super Saiyan. You don't cry to get Supersonic. Well, you kind of have to be a male hedgehog, but that's stupid. Anyways, Sonic and Goku, the two main characters of their respective series. Also, the dumbest argument I've ever seen. They're not even the same character archetype. Goku is the oblivious, kind-hearted hero, and Sonic is the force of nature that fights against evil. They both fight against evil, but one is going to just beat up the evil and then not ask why they're going to do it, while the other is going to inspire you to do something. Yes, Goku could also inspire you. That's not what his character was made to be. Of course, all heroes were made to be inspirations to do better, but I just can't see how they're the same character. For instance, Goku likes fighting, right? Sonic isn't really shown to show an enjoyment or thrill in the fight. Of course, he likes running around and saving people, but it's not because he gets to fight people. It's because he gets to free people and liberate people. It's not because he gets to punch a bad guy in the face, though that is always cathartic to him. That's not his core driving motive. Neither is it Goku sometimes, but it is most of the time what Goku is driven by, and most of the time what Sonic is driven by, is by freeing someone or stopping an evil plot. I don't see how these characters have ever been compared as the same character, besides being an inspiration. Still Goats, though. But you know what everyone loves more than our cool protagonists? They're even cooler rivals. Shadow and Vegeta. Both prideful, you might think. Both arrogant, you might think. Both kind of boastful about where they come from, you might think. So, all of that information concludes that they're the same character, right? No! Shadow is driven by the guilt of Maria's death. He basically has to prove himself as the ultimate life form, and it's all about identity. He was created to cure this person, and he failed at that. And now his goal is to protect the Earth. But also, he has to deal with this resentment and trauma from the Ark incident. Last time I checked, Vegeta's just prideful. Now, that can be good in some cases, but if I had the option to take a deep character about regret and sorrow, or this guy who just thinks he's really cool, I'd pick the regret and sorrow. I still think there is some similarities, like I stated at the start. They are very arrogant in their own ways, but with different meanings. Vegeta was raised thinking the Saiyans were the best, so he's prideful about that. But Shadow is just prideful because he was always told that he was the ultimate life form. And to all of his knowledge, that means he's the best. And while the ultimate life form is a very higher than thou title, it does also work on his character of being this beyond understanding being that now has to deal with these human emotions. Not that he's not human, technically no Sonic character is human, but you get what I mean. So, I'm sure you've been wondering how I've been ranking them. Or if you haven't, I'm sure you're wondering just why I chose these ones in particular. And it's honestly just like a general ones of the things that I hear the most and the things that I think are the most unreasonable. Of course, starting at 0, which would be Sonic and Goku's super forms, which I think could be confused for each other being copying, but I think that they're still different. Now, I'm sure you're aware, if you look at the time of this video, that it's about the end. So that means this is our last one. That means it's the most unreasonable. So I'm going to tell you a little story. A few months ago, a certain video released. A video by a popular YouTube channel. And now, I think this video is accurate per se, but some argued against it. It was very controversial, but I think generally most people knew who the victor would be, and that was the victor. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I am talking about Cell versus Metal Sonic, in which Metal Sonic beat Cell through going super. Now, did he need this? No. Did he even need Neo? No. But, you know, they have to make it somewhat equal. But then, as I was engaging in the discussion, I read a few comments on videos, on edits, or discussions of this topic, and they were, if Metal Sonic got the Chaos Emeralds, why didn't Cell get the Dragon Balls? Now, I think personally, it is kind of hard to get me mad about something that I'm passionate in. Of course, it goes to certain degrees, but when I read those comments, I wanted to get a lobotomy. Because how can someone be so stupid? If you're not aware, the Dragon Balls are 7 wish-granting balls that can grant any wish within certain parameters. I don't remember all of them right now. Some Dragon Ball fan can comment them in the comments if they want to, but it's a pretty extensive list. The Chaos Emeralds are a set of 7 mystical gems that have infinite power, that are used to go super for certain characters, just for plain power, for like Eggman, but never are they told to grant wishes. So I don't know why some people think that they're equal to the Chaos Emeralds. The Chaos Emeralds equal to the Dragon Balls, my bad. Because last time I checked, the Chaos Emeralds do not grant wishes. And the Dragon Balls do not have a infinite power stored into them that is to be utilized without asking for a wish. So when I read that comment of, well, if Metal Sonic got the Chaos Emeralds, why didn't Cell get the Dragon Balls? I got pretty mad. You might think, oh yeah, that's pretty reasonable. But I think this is beyond reason, because what do you mean? Cell should not have gotten the Dragon Balls because they don't give him a direct power-up. The Chaos Emeralds are giving Metal Sonic a direct power-up through him utilizing them because he's able to utilize them. Cell would not be going Super Dragon Ball Z. Oh my gosh, title drop. He wouldn't be using the Dragon Balls to go Super. You know what he'd be using Dragon Balls to do? Oh, I wish I had infinite power. He wouldn't be directly taking the power from the Dragon Balls into himself to boost his strength. They are not equivalent. Are you stupid? Alright. Those are all the comparisons I have for today. If there's any other comparisons you can think of, just comment them. If this video even does well anyway, who knows, I might spend 5 years on this and then it ends up getting 2 views. Wouldn't be surprised. But, thanks for listening. I'm a Sonic fan, Riptide, other aliases like Fanta Grape, Rip Fanta, Grape, Fanta Grape, whatever. And you just listen to me ramble for a long time, not that long of a time actually, it's only like, it's sub 10 minutes, about something I like. Anyways, deuces. Oh yeah, also Future Trunks and Silver are the exact same character. It's literally in his character bio. Bye!
The lighting paints a red door. I'm always waiting for more. They ring the bell to clear out.